YouTube, this is the LA Prepper, and what the hell is this thing? Well, if you work on cars, you probably know what it is, and when I flip it over, you're definitely going to know what it is. It is an oil catch. Isn't that cool? I love how it says don't fill above this line, as if I could see how much oil's in there. Like that. There's no little clear plastic view window. That's hilarious. But this was free. They're like $15 each. This is a nice one. This is like a really nice one. Same kind you find in Walmart. And the guy's like, look, if you change your own oil, it's free. I said, I do change my own oil. Because, you know, if I could get my oil changed for like $20 plus the cost of oil, I would. But the thing is, every time I go there, because I have a Lexus, they try to upsell me on the synthetic. And, oh, you have a Lexus, you have to put synthetic in. And it's just like, you know what, buddy? You are 19 years old. I am 36 years old. Shut up. The last time I tried, I was gonna go. Let me just rinse my face real quick. Sorry, I just want to restart the video. But I was gonna go get my oil changed, and I go to the shop, and the kids all telling me, "Oh, you got to get synthetic. Oh, I can't put this in." And I'm like, look, it's one thing to try to do the upsell, okay? We're all experienced with the upsell, but the fact that he was like not gonna sell me regular oil because he thought it would damage my engine or something. I mean, is synthetic better than regular oil? I would say at the beginning it doesn't make a big difference. I would say synthetic lasts longer, probably has less of a chance of breaking down, but bottom line, you know, whether or not you change your oil every 3,000 miles or every 10,000 miles, the type of oil you use, if it's made in a factory and it's not like the cheapest, nastiest garbage oil you could get, it's probably going to be fine. There's 100 other things you could do to your car to make it run better, like replacing vacuum lines, doing compression checks, replacing the plugs, keeping air in your tires, etc., etc. So this idea that, you know, you have to put $10 a quart or $8 a quart oil into your car because it's a luxury car, you know, the pistons in my Lexus work the same way as the pistons in the Toyota, work the same way as the pistons in a Mazda or a Chevy. Granted, my Lexus has variable valve timing because it's fancy, and pray to God I never have a problem with that, because knock on wood, the variable valve timing ever has issues, I'm SOL. I'm not trying to. I don't think I could even fix that if I tried. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I definitely am not trying to. So anyways, we're going to talk about some of the freebies that I got. And of course I do have my notepad with me, good, because I have to take notes. I told a couple of people that I would give them shout outs, and I'll do a little shout out in this video, but I'm going to do a couple specific shout outs for a couple of companies that are, at least one company that's pretty cool. So without further ado, by the way, in case anyone was wondering, yesterday I kind of had something special happen. I really can't go into detail about it, but cross your fingers and we'll hope everything works out, and that's kind of all I can say at the moment. So, yesterday was a pretty awesome day. I will leave it at that. And actually, yesterday was awesome for a couple reasons. It was awesome for the main reason that I thought it was going to be awesome, but I also happened to get a call about a job assembling scooters. In fact, since I'm talking about it, let's go check out. They're called Bird. I don't know why they're called Birds. Don't ask me. I don't think it's a particularly great name, but I'm not a billionaire. I think the guy that started this worked on Uber and Lyft. At least that's what the staffing company was telling me. So these folks need people to assemble their scooters. And, well, I put together things for a living, or at least for what I call a living, for half of a living or part of a living. And So that would be kind of cool, you know. Granted, it's not highly technical engineering work, but here's the thing. It's to me, it's more about the big picture. Like I was joking with one of my classmates, you know, about a good company. I said, "Look, I'd sweep the floor at this company to get in," and he was like, "Yeah, so would I," because we both understand that it's not about the first step. It's not so much about where the first. Let me think about it. It's more important to make the first step in the right direction than it is to just start taking steps. You know, you walk a mile down the wrong trail, you might think, "Oh, I've gone a mile," but you're not going down the right trail. So better to walk 5 steps down the right trail than a mile down the wrong trail. So working at this company, even if I was an admin assistant, if I was a copy boy, you know, and I've had jobs where I just made copies for people, not really a big deal, but or at least volunteer. No, that was a job, yeah. In fact, I was late to this job all the time. It was at high school. It was like for work experience or something. And I remember the guy giving the review at the end was like, "Well, you were kind of late a lot." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, dude. It's all right." I was helping a company do graphic stuff for textbooks, but the problem was I didn't really know how to use Quark. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Quark, but it was an old kind of like an Adobe-ish thing for making documents. And I just, you know, I asked so many questions. I kind of had trouble with stuff. So ultimately, they didn't really have a lot of intelligent work for me to do because I sort of wasn't really great at it. But I did learn how to do Quark a little bit. But anyways, we're getting off topic. So this company is kind of cool. You can, so how does it work? You get your phone, you download the app, you have a helmet, you find out where one of these thingos is, you unlock it, you get on it, you ride around on it, you park it somewhere, and I guess they pick them up every night. So they pick them up and then they put them back where they're needed. So rather than sort of relying on, and I don't know if that's how some of the other bike sharing programs work. I think some of them are a little more hands off where they just kind of wherever the bike is, that's where it is. But a really cool deal. And of course, on the beach, I think where they're kind of a little more common, you know, you have the bike trail. Oh, actually, they're not. Well, okay. So bikes are allowed on that bike trail, but typically scooters, they don't want you riding on the sidewalk. It says ride in the bike lanes when available. Do not ride on sidewalks. Unfortunately, sidewalk riding is kind of frowned upon around here. I have kind of strong feelings about that. I would personally rather get a ticket than get hit by a car, but knock on wood, I've never gotten pulled over for riding on the sidewalk. I do try to ride on the road whenever possible, especially busy commercial areas. They really don't want you on the sidewalk. But anyways, so I got a call from a temp company, which is even more awesome because the temp company can help push me out to other places, and of course they get compensated not only for referring me, but if the company ends up wanting me to go full-time, well, actually, I guess it depends. If I'm going to work as a temp job, then yeah, I think they actually, this one was for a full-time position, so this would be where they get a finder's fee for me. So that's really cool that the temp company is going to make money sending me there, and I'm going to make money getting the job there. So it's like win-win-win, right? And then I got another call. I didn't mean to talk about this job stuff for like 10 minutes, but in fact, I'll probably close this video off and start another video. But I got another call or an email rather, from a company that does tow hitch stuff in Idaho. What were they called? In Ditch Products or something? Ditch Towing, I think. Yeah, In the Ditch Towing Products. So company culture the In the Ditch way. Oh, I should watch this video about their company culture. Let's see. Side pullers, toolboxes, dollies, truck organization, shop organization, towing and recovery, hitches and accessories. Okay. So they do speed shrinker. What's a speed shrinker? Designed to shrink vehicles. Oh my gosh, these guys are hilarious. So, yeah, so they make tow hitch products. And to be honest, I cannot even remember what the job was. In fact, let me see if I can not mess up my OPSEC here and go look to my jobs applied. As I'm scrolling to my resume that right here has my name on it. I swear I made a video earlier today and I ended it by accidentally showing like my normal email. It kind of drives me crazy when I do silly things like that. Mechanical engineer. Okay, so they were looking for a normal mechanical engineer. Cool. Very cool. So yeah, I guess this video turned into a job related video, but that's okay. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about stuff that I got at the Earth Fair. So like, comment, subscribe, and come back and we'll talk about some freebies I got.